Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because I'm going to be reviewing the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. I am obviously currently wearing it. I did my makeup with it today and I'm really interested to see how it wears throughout the day. It's supposed to last 24 hours. I will not be wearing it for 24 hours because that's just insanity to me. I'll probably wear it for 8. I'm just trying to see. This lightweight foundation provides medium to full buildable coverage. Waterproof, oil-free, and transfer resistant. Maybe I'll go out today with my mask to see if it's really transfer resistant. I would definitely agree that it's medium to full coverage. This is one layer. I didn't really try to build it up because I was happy with the coverage. And yeah, if you want to see how the foundation applies and my first impressions on it, just keep watching. Hello friends, we are up close and personal and I am finally ready to try the Too Faced Born This Way Matte. Oil-free, oil-controlling, waterproof, transfer-resistant, 24-hour, undetectable, super long wear foundation. That's a lot of claims. I discussed this foundation in my recent video, my most recent video. I think I was just discussing launches. And I had mentioned that I really wanted to try this, so I ordered it the morning that it launched online. I haven't even opened it yet, obviously, because I just wanted to do like a complete first impression. So yeah, I mean, let's get started. It's infused with coconut water, so if you're allergic to coconut, maybe don't use this. It's to aid in delicately replenishing skin's moisture levels. Alpine rose, which helps empower skin's health and resilience, and hyaluronic acid to give a smoother, more youthful appearance. So the purpose of this foundation is it's supposed to be matte while being undetectable, as if you were born this way. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Too Faced Born This Way Matte. So I got the shade Swan, which now that I think about it was a mistake because this is going to be way too light for me. But Swan is my winter shade, so maybe I can utilize it more once the winter hits. I mean, I'm not like super tan, so it's going to be definitely workable for me, but yeah, I probably should have gotten a few shades darker if I wanted to wear it right now, but it's fine. It's fine. So this is the bottle. It's kind of like the concealer. So it's like the concealer. This is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, also in the shade Swan, but they kind of look different. Oh well, so it's a very similar bottle, just a little bit bigger. And then I think I have the original Born This Way foundation as well. So this is the original Born This Way. They're like cute little buddies. Obviously this one's a little shorter. They're both 30 mils though, I believe. Let me make sure that's correct. Yeah, so they're both 30 mils, 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for foundation. How much did I pay for this? I kind of just added to cart and didn't even look. What a privilege that is, honestly. Let me take a look at how much I paid for it. I paid $52 Canadian for this foundation. So this one is $52 and then the original is $51. I don't know why they added an extra dollar onto this foundation, but okay, so there's 35 shades in the concealer and both foundations, so it'd be really quite easy to find your shade if you have experience with the other products in their line. And yeah, let's get to applying. I'm really hoping this goes well. Has a pump, that's nice. It has the same consistency, a little bit runny, just like the original Born This Way. I'll give you a little comparison. Keep in mind that these are different shades. I have the shade Snow in the original, but Snow I've noticed is just a little too peachy for me. So this is the consistency of them. They're both a little bit runny. I'd say they have a very similar consistency. So I got this Beauty Blender dupe from Amazon and it is huge when it's wet. I got like a pack of them for pretty cheap, so yeah, that's what I'm going to use to apply it. I do like this sponge. I've used it a few times. It's quite nice. So I guess I'll just start by dabbing some. Actually, this shade isn't too bad. I definitely thought it was going to be way too light, but maybe I'm just more pale than I think I am. I feel like it's not super matte. Kind of has a glow. I'll wait till it dries though. That might be just because it's wet still. Blends out nice and evenly. There's no like patchiness. I don't really have any dry spots right now, so I wouldn't know if it clings to it, but I do have some blemishes, obviously. This area is like right where my glasses sit, so I often get a breakout or two in that area. I'd say this is medium to full coverage. I think it might be more full coverage than the original Born This Way. I like that. I really like that so far. That looks nice. Ooh, I'm excited now. I hope this turns out well. And I'll be honest, I don't love the multi-sculpting concealer. I did for a long time until recently. I'm not sure what changed, but I noticed that it creases on me like nobody's business. Like, I just can't get it to not crease even after only like an hour of wear. So, I mean, obviously it's gonna settle if you have fine lines. You know those oily creases that develop? That happens with that concealer for me. Even if I set it, doesn't matter. So I used to love the concealer. It's not really working out for me currently. So I think it's definitely dried down a little bit, but it still has a little bit of a glow. Like, it's not like a flat matte finish, which is honestly a good thing because I feel like when it's flat matte, it kind of looks a little bit cakey. It has the potential to look cakey anyway. Yeah, I would say for a matte foundation, this is pretty undetectable. Because when those two words are used to describe a foundation, I am often skeptical because super matte foundations are often not undetectable. You can definitely tell they're there. So I feel like the fact that it does have like a little bit, not glow, maybe like matte satin kind of. It's still a little bit tacky, just a bit though. Like nothing annoying. I think I really like this. Wow. That's so exciting. Truly. I've been having a rough couple days and I really needed something to go well in my life, so this is awesome. But first impressions, I really like it. Oh, I didn't blend this in. Have a little creasy crease in my nose. It looks pretty good on my nose too, because I struggle with the nose area. Do you ever just get super random things that you're like excited for? Like, I just had this random thought, like, man, I'm so excited for Thanksgiving. I'm like, man, that's like 3 months away. Such a random thought. Yeah, that actually looks really quite good on my nose, considering that things never look good on my nose. For concealer, I think I'm just gonna stick to the Too Faced Born This Way line. Even though I don't love this, I'm still gonna use it just because I feel like I should keep it consistent if I have the concealer with me, you know what I mean? Maybe it's because I'm putting too much on. Never thought about that. That could be the reason that it's creasing, is because I literally just smeared like half the bottle on my face. I mean, the finish of this concealer is beautiful. If it didn't crease, I would freaking love this stuff. Let me know what your all-time favorite concealer is. Mine, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Catrice Liquid Camouflage. I think I like it even a bit more than Shape Tape. I should really add it to my kit, because even though it's more affordable, it slaps. Really good. Anyway, I don't want to keep you here for like hours, just me talking about concealers that aren't even relevant to this video. Okay, I tried putting on a little less. Hopefully it doesn't come out uneven. How's it feeling now? Honestly, it's not even that tacky. Like, you could probably go without setting this and be alright. If tackiness bugs you, this would probably be a good option for you, because tackiness really bothers me. And I don't feel like I need to set this right away. But again, I'm still going to. I'm just scared of what would happen if I didn't set my face. I don't know, maybe that's dramatic. To set, I'm just gonna use what I have on my desk here, which is the Beauty Bakery Flour Setting Powder. I feel like with this foundation, I'll need less powder because it's already not tacky. Like, I feel like if something's tacky, I feel the need to like put on a shit ton of powder, and that's often what makes me look cakey. But I feel like since this is not that tacky, I might not have that issue. Like, I feel like a light dusting of powder will be sufficient to set this foundation, which will also contribute to the undetectable claim of this foundation. So I used a lot less powder than I normally would. Wow. And it feels super smooth because it wasn't tacky. I'll zoom you in a little bit, but I'd say it's pretty undetectable for a matte foundation, honestly. I am very impressed. I was skeptical, I'm not gonna lie. And with powder, like, that's pretty matte. Wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm so happy. I hope this wears well. I'll zoom you in, but there's not a whole lot to see if I'm honest, and that's rare for me. So first of all, I would say that this is pretty full coverage. As you can see, my blemish is covered for the most part, and I think I'm as zoomed in as oh no, I can zoom you in more. My pores are not emphasized. I don't really have any dry spots that it would cling to, but I don't really have any dry spots for it to cling to, but I do have texture that it could potentially cling to, and I feel like it's not. As you can see, my pores are not emphasized. I'm really actually quite enjoying the look of this foundation off of first impressions. I can't stop looking at myself. That's awesome. I'm so excited. I was really skeptical but like hopeful at the same time, and I'm glad that so far this is exceeding expectations actually. Okay, so I guess I will finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll let you know my final thoughts, even though I think that's obvious. Okay, so I have finished the rest of my makeup, everything applied really beautifully on top of the foundation, and quite frankly, I haven't felt so good about my skin in a hot minute. I think upon first application, this foundation is so beautiful. I really don't have much else to say about it. I really enjoy it so far. And yeah, if it wears well, I think I might have a new fave. I don't know, like that's crazy. Packaging is really nice. The packaging is super easy to use. The color is good. The shade range is good. I think for being a matte foundation, it isn't cakey at all. If you have dry skin, maybe just prime with something super moisturizing and use even like a dewy setting mist. I was thinking about using a dewy setting mist, but I quite frankly don't want to. And I feel like I don't want to use like a ton of products on top because I really want to see how this foundation wears on its own. I just haven't felt so good about how my skin looks with makeup on in so long. I can't stop looking at myself like I'm like, that's not my skin. But apparently it is. Anyway, first impression, I love this foundation. Like love. I will go about my day and I will post a couple check-ins. It is currently 11 a.m. and I will check in with you guys and see how everything is wearing, and then I'll give you my final thoughts, I guess, at the end of the video. Okay guys, so this is my first check-in. It is now 3:30. I took off my lip because I wanted to eat, and I took off my lashes because they were uncomfortable. So this is what we're left with. Kind of incomplete, but that's fine. So it's been 4.5 hours of wear and it's starting to get a little bit shiny. If you can see, like I'm a little bit glowy right here. It's not as smooth and matte as it once felt, especially in the forehead area. Starting to feel a little bit greasy, but nothing too crazy, and it's not breaking up or anything at all. I find that's the real issue with a lot of foundations. Also, my nose still looks like flawless, like it hasn't broken up at all, so that's really cool as well. Usually my oil does start to break up foundations by now, so I think that this is a long wearing foundation. So I was also sitting outside in the sun trying to sweat so that I would really put this foundation to the test, so that's also a factor. Also, as I was applying it, I thought, this foundation seems pretty similar to the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, which was my holy grail before I went cruelty free. Like that is the only foundation I would wear. Obviously when I went cruelty free I had to choose a different option. I just never found anything that I loved as much, but I looked at the ingredients and they are pretty similar. The first like 10 ingredients are the same, just kind of switched around, shuffled around. I think that this might be like a cruelty free dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I mean, it's been a long time since I used that one because again, not cruelty free, but overall I think that this is the most similar foundation that I've tried to the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So okay, so I'm back. It is just after 7 p.m. so I've had this foundation on for a little over 8 hours and I am oily. Wah, wah. Things still haven't broken up. Like I don't think looks bad. I would walk around like this. Just looks a little glowy, you know? It's in right now. It has worn off a little bit around my nose, but that's my most oily area. So but actually on my nose, like it's worn off around here, but on my nose actually looks pretty good. I do not believe the claim that this foundation would last 24 hours on me, but I think it did a fairly good job at oil control. It's also important to consider that I didn't use a setting spray and I also didn't use a primer, so I think that's pretty good, man. And yeah, so I am oily after 8.5 hours. I kind of expected to be, so it's not a big deal, but I don't think it would last 24 hours, not on someone like me. But though I am oily, it has not broken up the foundation, which is impressive. I really like it. I really do. I can definitely see myself using this as an everyday foundation. I can also see myself actually using it in my makeup artist kit. I'm gonna have to use it a few times before I go out and like buy all the shades, but I'm so excited to finally have a foundation that I love as much as I did Double Wear. Beauty Blender Bounce came close, but it does not last like this on me. But yeah, thumbs up from me. I think this foundation is fantastic. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I hope you like foundation reviews. I really like trying new foundations. I used to not like it at all, but I feel like it's a lot more fun now that people have inclusive shade ranges. I don't know. I always used to find that like a foundation range would drop and that wouldn't go light enough for me, so I would just be like, oh, okay, I'll just stick to my, I don't know, whatever I was using. And I never used to experiment with new foundations, but I feel like brands have really stepped up the foundation game in the last couple of years, and I'm here for it. Here for it. So anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me out so much. And yeah, that's everything for today. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.